Hi guys, Miss Susan, an intuitive, a healer, an empath. Thank you for being here. This, I think, is just a quick video. I just wanted to check in really and see how is everybody doing. How are you all feeling? Oh, of course, here comes the cat again. This is Harry. So, I feel like I say this a lot, but the energies are really intense right now. There's a lot is happening, a lot is changing. We might be distracted by what is going on in our life, but it's all kind of being amplified by changing energies, changing timelines, things that are going outside of what we're aware of. They're also coming up at the end of this month is the planetary alignment, and the energies around that are adding to all of this. Carrie's here to say hi. Like, aw. Yeah, he's my big kitty cat. He's not super social, doesn't really appreciate me picking him up, but he is here. And all of that is just amplifying things. I mean, you can see how things are in the world. Things are like thrown up in the air, things are changing, and it's personally and collectively. But how is it making you feel? Because the impacts of that can be, is it physical? When you're dealing with things impacting you physically, it can be headaches. It can be a cold, a sore throat, something that's clearing things from your energy. Inflammation is a big one. Old injuries that are flaring up. You might also find you're having issues sleeping, just restlessness, being awake a lot, not knowing why. Being distracted, feeling lightheaded, a little bit detached from things has been something Jennifer, my business partner, and I have both been talking about. Like just feeling a little disassociated, like you can't quite catch up, you don't quite feel, I don't know whether normal is the right word, but just feeling a little bit off and not understanding why. A lot of that is the timelines that are changing, the jumping about, just our energies are shifting. And, that can be unsettling. But also there's a lot that's going to impact you, if you're going through an awakening journey, if you are already open to these things, you might see that changing too. How are your perspectives of things changing? The way that you're looking at things, is it the same way you always looked at them? Are you seeing things a little bit differently? Are you seeing more than you've seen before? Are you understanding more than you have before? We've been having that come along. Jennifer, again, she saw things the other day and her husband couldn't see it. Or, when we go in to do a healing, there might be something that shows up that we've never seen before, never accessed before. And it's the energies that we're in, and it's just things are shifting in ways that we don't understand. We focus on how is it in our world, but I think that this goes beyond that. And there's things that we may not have been aware of that are coming into focus now. If you're newer to this path, are you feeling pain in your ears, pain by your third eye, by your eyes? Are you feeling it as things shift within you, as things start to open up? If that's the case, it's your choice what you do with it. Do you want that? Are you excited to open up more, or are you a little bit afraid of it? If you're worried, if it makes you cautious, it's okay. I mean, your journey is your journey, and a lot of this can be about trauma. It's trauma coming up to clear. And if you're feeling fear around something, ask your guides to help you clear it. So often I put my hands on my heart chakra, but if you're feeling it in other places, it's wherever feels right to you. And just thanking your guides for helping you to clear trauma, helping you to release the blocks and restrictions. Asking for help, because so often the help is there, but you have free will. If you don't ask for it, your guides cannot just do these things for you. do the same. If you've got the pain in your ears and your eyes in these areas, if it feels like things are opening up and you want that, you're trying to work on it, then amplify what's coming, ask for help with that. I used to sit on the couch a lot and put my hands on my third eye, on my crown, and just picture purple light coming in. I'll do the same with my ears. My husband always thought I was nuts. But to me it worked. I pictured purple lightning between my ears and just set the intention that it was opening things up, that it was clearing blocks. Because for a lot of us, if you've got trauma coming up, you probably have had things happen in the past, and in other lifetimes where you've been persecuted for these things, where they've brought about challenge, where they've raised trauma for you. So now to open it back up again, you have to set the intention. You have to get past the fear and the things that are held around that. But if you are feeling ready for that, this is a prime time, We're watching all the chaos that's happening on the earth is about endings, things essentially burning down the house. Like things have to end, the old ways have to end for the new things to come. And that's new beginnings, rebirth, regeneration. What do you want? What is that opportunity for you? How do you grow in that? But these energies, it can be heavy. It's disruptive to your life. And if you're having these physical symptoms, even energetically, does it feel like there's trapped energies, like there's things trying to get out, like you feel overwhelm of energies? All of that, right now can put pressure on you and can make your days difficult. Going outside can help. There's a lot of energy coming in through the sun and the moon right now. Solar codes, lunar codes, whatever it is that you want to call it. These energies can be really supportive. And you don't have to be out there long, 10 minutes. I know for some of us it's really cold right now. The thought of going outside is a lot. But just a walk around the block, a walk around, if there's an area near your house with trees, just go and be in nature, be in natural light, let yourself get support that way. If you like working with crystals, that's what I have been doing a little bit this week, just to try and help my body to balance these energies, to be able to integrate them in a way that is less disruptive. I was drawn to this piece of citrine. When I work with a crystal, I will always just hold it in my hands and picture it filled with divine white light. I set the intention to clear the energies of the crystal. I know you can put them outside. You can, there's a lot of ways people will tell you to clear crystals. I choose to do it with energy, with light. But do it in the way that feels right to you. And then I just ask the crystal, I don't try and change its purpose. I just ask it to help me. Thank you for helping me to balance these energies. This one, not super practical. It's hard. It's a little bit pointy. It's hard to put in your pocket. Bigger than I would normally use, but it's the one that I felt drawn to, which always for me is how I choose a crystal. Which is the one that calls to me today. And it might be, what calls to me one day is something else the next. And that's the changes in your energy, the changes in your needs, because each crystal will bring to you what it is that you need. And whatever it's bringing to you, it may or it may not be, if you look up online, what is the properties of citrine? It's going to tell you what has been chosen. But with crystals, I think their potential is infinite. There's the bits that we know about them, that we speculate about them, but who knows what magic is in here. These things are ancient. Like they come from the earth, and you look at it and you go, look, it's got so much energy and light in there. What else can it do? What wisdom does it hold? So I don't give it too much. I just thank you for helping me to balance the energies. Thank you for supporting me in the ways that are needed. And, I kept it with me during the day. I would put it next to my bed at night. Morning and night, just filling it with the light and bringing in the intention again, but just giving it the opportunity to support my energy, As I said, this one was not super practical. It's way too pointy and big, really, to put in a pocket and carry around. And the size of your crystals doesn't matter. You know, sometimes I've got this little one and this one, I don't actually remember what it is, but this would work too. The size of the crystal does not matter. It's, you know, are you clearing its energy, and did you give it an intention? Did you ask it to help you with something? You know, whatever the size, whatever, it still holds energy. So whatever crystals you have, whatever it is you feel drawn to, just you can use that. When your energy is feeling heavy, you know, when you feel like there's blocked energy, a lot of times I like to use a rattle. I have this one now, which is shells, which I would bring through my energy. Rattles sound breaks up energy. You know, if you've got a lot of energy trapped, say in your chest and your shoulders, that and the lower back are the most common places for that to build up. Using sound can help you to break it up, make it easier to clear. You know, when I do that around my chest, it makes me want to cough, which is energy releasing. So, you know, you don't have to have a fancy rattle. I have this because I've been doing it for a while, but you can also just put a little bit of rice in a container, you know, a Tupperware or plastic container with a lid, and just shake that. That's what I used to use before I got this one. It's the same thing. It's the same kind of noise, and it will break up energy. It will help you to clear it. It will get rid of the heaviness. Another way is water. You know, being by water outdoors, just listening to a river flow or something like that can help you. But also taking a bath, you know, just let yourself relax in the water. Set the intention again that the water helps your body to balance and to clear, helps you to release whatever it is that you no longer need. As long as you're setting the intention for something to be done with the intention of your highest good and well-being, there is no wrong words to bring into this, really. The same when you're taking a shower. Set the intention that you want this water to, you know, thank the water for clearing your energy, for clearing all that is ready to be let go, all that you no longer need, the things that don't serve your highest good. You know, the more you can do to support your energy, the more easily you can move through these things. The physical things, you know, it still is a process, you know, your body has to adjust. When things come in like this, the kind of energies that we're in, I mean, it's been going on for a while. We get different levels of intensity. Think of the Northern Lights that all of a sudden were everywhere. There's been solar storms. There's been things with the Schumann resonance. Just, it's these intense energies coming in, and it's at levels we're not used to. It's vibrations we're not used to, and our body has to respond to that on a cellular level. We're absorbing and receiving things that are a higher vibration than us, that are things we're not used to, and our bodies need to adapt, and that's where the physical discomfort comes in. So these really, I'm talking through as tools that can help you to balance that can help you to just move through this stuff as gently as possible. It all has a purpose. It all helps us to move through a time of change like this. So the more tools that you have, you know, the gentler the path, the easier the path. But be gentle with yourself. No, don't get mad at yourself if things are not quite as you hoped, or if you don't feel you're making the progress, if you just are frustrated, that you're tired, that your body hurts, your joints ache. Think about the growth that is coming, and think about where you're at. What could this mean for you? Again, you know, when I just had the flu and the strep, and when I was ill, I was really frustrated. And I would sit there and I'd be like, oh, I feel so ill. And what Metatron would say to me was, I am healing. You know, don't sit there saying, I'm so sick. I am healing. Recognize that this is a process, that it's clearing your energy, that it's helping you to purge something that you do not need. You know, it's a change of perspective. You know, are you staying on the heavier side of things, or are you recognizing the potential? I suppose that's really, you know, having the tools to work through something, to understand why you may feel a certain way, and then recognizing the potential in it is a huge step, because we're so used to, well, it feels to me in our society sometimes we're used to looking at the negative, to slipping into fear, to frustration, instead of going, oh my God, look at how I can grow, look at what can change, look at the potential right now. And we're coming into spring. Think of it, you know, this time over the winter. I know it's not winter for everybody, but here where I am, it is winter. And, you know, everything looks dry. The trees have no leaves. Everything is kind of brown and or white right now. Just, it's a whole lot of neutral, Metatron saying resting colors. You know, this is the time for things to planting seeds, preparing, moving forward. And then you get these shoots of new growth, this new potential. The things that are going to bloom in the summer, that are going to be just, you know, untapped potential. Where are you going to find that? Where are you going to activate that? Because in times of newness, you know, you're moving through these things, you're recognizing there's potential, but what are the seeds you plant? What are the things that you're going to do? How are you going to nourish yourself? How are you going to prepare for the growth to come? What are the things that you want for yourself? How do you want to grow? Who do you want to be? I feel like I've said that in other videos too, but repetition always is important. If they're giving you this information again and again, it's important. Who do you want to be? What are the choices that you're making? Which path do you want to take? A lot of guidance like this has been coming through for our Patreon group. Jennifer and I have a Patreon group. We meet a couple of times a month. There's a lot that goes on in there often, but a lot of the messages there, there's a lot of guidance, a lot of support. There's often energy work, rituals that come through, and they're intended to help people to move through these times, you know, to give support, to prepare people for the things that are coming, to give insights to the point that they can be. So if you feel like community would help you now, if you feel like you could use more support, or if you feel like you want to be more energetically involved, if you want to be doing something to use your light, the link to the Lightworker Tribe is going to be below this video. We're always excited to see new people, and it's a great community of people. You know, in the beginning, it was a little bit wary, like how it would feel to talk with so many people, and it's family. You know, the people in that group, a lot of you probably are watching me now, and I am grateful for you every day. I love the energy that each of you bring. No, it's a surprise. It's something unexpected, something that pushed Jennifer and I out of our comfort zone, and it just ended up being something magical, something completely unexpected. So there's a lesson too, you know, to do something that makes you feel a little bit anxious, a little bit uncomfortable because it's not what you expected, can bring you to a place you didn't even know was possible. So I guess I'm going to leave it there. It's supposed to be quick, and now it's almost 20 minutes. So again, I'm not really in charge of this. But love to all of you. Please be gentle with yourself. If there's things that you're dealing with outside of what I mentioned, something that needs support, feeling like I should bring that up, there might be other ways. They're telling me like I missed something. Electronics. Before I go, electronics, there's a lot of interference with that. These energies are creating disruptions. Jennifer did a YouTube live the other day, and it just disconnected her after a while. She couldn't get on, then she got disconnected. But it's happening a lot. You know, when you go onto a website, you're doing something on your phone, things just not quite working the way they should, or being more difficult than they should be. That also is, you know, creating some frustration and irritation, but it's also connected to the energies right now. The alignment is at the end of the month, and I think that is supposed to die down a few days after that. But just, you know, be patient if you're trying to work through things like that. All right, if anybody's got anything else that's coming up for them energetically or like that, let me know, and I'll see if I can get any answers. But thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. Love to you all. Bye.